Make it nice and loud for Kaiser Lee!
All aboard the sex train. All aboard the sexy train. All aboard the sex train. All aboard.
They do let us pick our own music. I was sitting here watching Amanda Eli's set. And this man is sitting here doing like chair yoga. He's in pain. Why are you in pain, man? What's the deal?
I drove too much.
You drove too much. Did you drive all the way here just to watch me do comedy?
In a sense, yeah.
He says, in a sense, and I choose to interpret that. This guy was like, Kaiser Lee is doing comedy at Last Best. I gotta be there. Yeah! She's got, yeah! I was on the internet, which I'm always on the internet. Like, if I'm not actively telling jokes into a microphone, I am on Reddit. But so I was on the internet the other day and I saw this ad, and this ad said, "Start your life in Iowa." I'm looking forward to starting my life. That sounds pretty great. So I had to click the ad. And it turns out that every person in Iowa is dedicated to convincing me to move to Iowa. There's a sentence right at the top. Iowa has everything you need for your career, for your family, for your everything. I'm sold. And while I was deciding what to do next, I scrolled down a little bit and this chat window popped up. It said, "Do you need help?" A team of Iowans is standing by. I'm going to carry that energy with me for the rest of my life. Like anytime I have a problem, I'm just going to remember that a team of Iowans is standing by. What problem can a team of Iowans solve? Like if I need somebody to have an accent that's not quite Minnesota, I had to Google, like, what can Iowans do? They got this video that is an Iowa real estate agent talking about how great Iowa is. She spends this entire video, she's like, well, if you move to Iowa, you have to know that it's pop, not soda. Maybe I will move to Iowa. Can you imagine having so few problems that you are really passionate about what to call soft drinks? A corn dog is a questionable meat amalgamation.
Uh-huh.
I am a questionable meat amalgamation. We are both available mostly at gas stations. But there are some differences. I wear clothes. I do chores. A corn dog wears cornbread. But if I strip naked and put on some cornbread, I'm still gonna have to go to work. Like, okay, so a corn dog has a stick and I have a skeleton. How many bones do you have to add to a corn dog before it owes taxes? dog spends its whole life waiting to go into a mouth. I spend my whole life trying to put the most corn dog-like part of myself into mouths.
You can do it.
If you have a hyphenated last name, you are probably a Democrat. If you have a hyphenated first name, you are probably not a Democrat. All right now, Mary Beth, you know we gotta consider the impacts of the senator's policies on the Latinx community. A lot of Americans will try to be manly by driving a truck. And I'm sorry, but a modern truck is not a truck. At the point where you have the leather seats and the Bluetooth entertainment and the extra cab,
Yeah.
that bed is decorative. That is just a Cadillac Escalade with a pituitary disorder. I had my buddy explain to me that he needs the extra cab. Emmett, you are not a rancher. You are a software engineer. And you drive this vehicle to take your kids to soccer practice. Another buddy of mine was explaining, he's like, no, I need the truck so I can go camping. At the point where you strap an entire studio apartment into the bed of an F-250, that is not camping. You are just gentrifying that part of the woods. Pretty soon the bears aren't going to be able to afford to live there. At least not the black bears. I said that joke in Helena. And a heckler yelled out, "What about the brown bears?" Sir, they are getting deported. I shouldn't drink this beer.
You should.
I have gout. And it just kind of seems like cultural appropriation when I do it.
Peer pressure.
Like gout should be for people who pronounce it like guy out. You know, like I am too college gone to having and not enough of a 17th century French duke to have gout. But I think I did it to myself. I prayed. I was like, "Dear Heavenly Father," because I'm a Christian. I was like, "Dear Heavenly Father, I don't have the self-control to stop drinking alcohol. Please help me." And he was like, "I got you. If you drink too much alcohol, it is going to feel like you dropped a sledgehammer on your foot. But it turns out that God is also like an evil genie in a children's parable. And so he's like, oh, also, you can't eat anything that you like. No steak, no red meat of any kind. So now I'm really enjoying my new diet for bicycle Democrats. I go into the grocery store where it's like, this is the grocery store for people who voted for Bernie. And I walk around until I see where the people with the little cardboard boxes for the salad are leaving. I'm like, excuse me, what is quinoa? It's amazing how much better I feel, actually. Like, somebody should explain to these Republicans that if you eat enough like a Republican, you don't have to be chronologically 70 to be physically 70. I switched to chicken and lettuce, my dick works again. Usually when I talk, I really appreciate the approval. This man's just agreeing with everything. The next time I run for office, I just need this guy behind me. We're gonna go knock on doors together.
I'll just say it's true.
So I'm a libertarian, all right? You check your ballot from 2024, I'm right there. It's okay, you didn't vote for me. I did.
I did too.
Yeah, and that makes two of you.
It's like, what's the...
We got three. See the difference? A lot of people are like, oh, libertarians are just Republicans who like weed.
Right.
And that's not true. That's not true. Because Republicans want the government to like fix the problems that they see and oppress the people that they don't like. And I don't want the government.
Less. You need less.
Babies are stupid, huh? They haven't bothered to learn the language. Babies are just tiny immigrants from the future. And sure, right now they just want like a handout and free health care. But you know later on they're going to be stealing jobs from hardworking millennials. We should build a really tiny wall. I do everything that I can to avoid producing babies. I practice personality-based contraception. You guys are out here wasting money on condoms and pills. I'm just this way. I'm like if the Walmart t-shirt section fucked a MacBook Pro. The only thing that's cool about me is that I can make robots. My girlfriend, though, she is a sex machine.
Oh, I get it.
That's right, I built her out of electric motors that I bought on the internet. Some of those motors came from China, so it's getting a lot more expensive to date her with the tariffs. And she is super hot. But someday I'm going to fix that cooling issue.
That's great. That's great.
It's true.
I think that the best kind of catangles is rectangles. I like them. And buildings are them. And when the brickmen were building the buildings, they had a bunch of little rectangles. Then they stacked them up, and they made these places that people can live and they can work. And it's great.
It's true.
I leave my apartment rectangle. I walk on a sidewalk made out of rectangles. I go to my work catangle. I open the door. Rectangle. I press rectangular buttons on the rectangular keyboard. And I make the lights on the rectangular screen change. And when I do a good job, my boss gives me rectangles. I take the rectangles to the store and I exchange them for various goods and services. And the store people give me back change. I do not like change. Change is circle money. So I do what any of you would do. I take the circle money outside and I give it to homeless people. And they accept it willingly and they use it in their commercial transactions. Because that's what homelessness is. Rectangle deficiency.
Rectangle deficiency. It's fucking true.
It's true.
Babies are stupid, huh? I saw this baby the other day. This baby was wearing yellow Converse All-Star sneakers. My first thought was, man, that is a cool baby. My second thought was, wait a second, that's not a cool baby. Somebody else picked out those sneakers. Somebody decorated that baby. Baby is not a lifestyle that requires decoration. Baby is a lifestyle that requires like transportation and storage. What you do is you get the baby and you get the plastic bag. You put the baby in the plastic bag. When the baby poops, hose off the baby. Get a new plastic bag. You can get all these plastic bags from the plastic bag full of plastic bags that you've been keeping under your sink ever since you were a baby. My mom was hot, though. And I don't mean in like an Oedipus complex way, because I would much rather have sex with my grandmother. Yeah, I also hate that joke. I told that joke one time at an open mic, and this lady came up to me afterwards, and she was like, I'd like to buy this handsome young man a drink. I don't know what is older than a cougar, but she was that, man. She was like a saber-toothed tiger. She was like a saber, no-tooth having tiger. And it sounds about like I'm saying negative things about this woman, but I'm not, man. She was really cool. She told me about the time she gave a hand job to Herbert Hoover in the White House. Plus, like I said, she didn't have any teeth. And after I got done with that whole joke, I took a video of myself telling it, and I put the video on the internet. And the first person who clicked the like button was my grandmother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. My name is Kaiser Lee, and I want you to keep clapping for me.